Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Lamplight City. We are in the police department and we're investigating our next case, which is a gruesome murder. The problem is the police, our old colleagues, are also on the case and they're closing off the crime scene. So we've come to speak to Upton here to try to get
Got a moment, Upton?
Parsons out of the crime
this
scene.
Quick.
She's given us a couple of ideas, which is
about getting Parsons away from the crime scene?
All right, these are the, as of yet, unassigned crimes.
So,
The
yeah.
body of a young man was found in the Hodgman River by the Gascon docks this morning. A woman in Chumley reported hearing a single gunshot in her neighbor's apartment last night. There was a deadly explosion at a factory in Worcester that may be linked to sabotage. And that's it for right now. Any of those strike your fancy?
I'm thinking that we go about the body at the docks, seeing as that's like another murder one. So, I don't know. I'm really worried now after the last case that the wrong decisions will cost us and lock us out of things. But, I mean, we don't really have any clues about what to do here, so let's just go for it and hope for the best.
Tell me more about the body found at the docks.
An unidentified man in his 20s was found in the river near the docks. The dock worker who reported it said that the body was bloated and decomposing. It must have been in the river several days. Dr. Edwards performed a post-mortem and determined the cause of death to be a blow to the head.
I see. Certainly leaves a lot of questions.
It does, which...
You think Parsons will be interested?
Well, I mean, he wants to be a detective, so that could well be one. Let's just go for it and see.
Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
All right, I'll send out the report as soon as we're done talking.
All right, we're done talking. Send out the report.
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
So, okay. I don't want to go through here because it says about no unauthorized persons, so we don't want to go through there. If we go back to the crime scene, which is literally our only other place.
Damn, looks like Parsons didn't take the bait.
Oh,
He must not have considered that
no.
case enough to prove himself to Snelling.
We haven't locked ourselves out again, have we? Please tell me we haven't locked ourselves out again. Not at
Parsons?
the beginning of the
What is
case,
it for him?
anyway. I'll be really annoyed. Okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Good.
Ooh, good. Fine. God, that's really annoying. Alright, let's see if Upton's got any other suggestions, seeing as that didn't work.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Okay, we can still discuss Parsons.
Unfortunately, Parsons didn't take the bait.
Nothing worse than a picky investigator. I wish more people were like you.
Thank
Yeah, I'm not
you?
sure if that's a good thing or
All
not.
right, these are the, as of yet, unassigned crimes.
Oh, do we
A
get
woman
another...
in Chumley reported hearing a single gunshot in her neighbor's apartment last night. There was a deadly explosion at a factory in Worcester that may be linked to sabotage. And that's it for right now.
Oh, so we get to
Any of
keep
those strike your
trying.
fancy?
Alright, tell me more about the gunshot.
Let's hear about the gunshot.
Ethel Williamson reported hearing a sound she described as a single gunshot coming from her neighbor's apartment last night. She said she had been hearing arguments over the past several weeks, and there may have been domestic violence involved. When she knocked on the door, she got no answer, but she said she noticed the distinct smell of flowers.
Intriguing.
Huh.
You think Parsons will be interested?
That sounds suspiciously linked to the opening of the game. Yeah, let's...
Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
All right, I'll send out the report as soon as we're done talking.
Maybe we can sort of just keep doing them. So
That's it
even
for
if it
now.
isn't this one,
Better
maybe
get
we'll
back
get
to it
another
then.
try again. Yeah, the flowers thing again. There is a real theme of flowers in this game, isn't there? That's really interesting. Ah, he's gone. Yes!
Looks like Parsons took the bait.
Yes!
Now maybe we can finally have a look around the crime scene.
Right, let's have a look around then. This guy's not going to care. He doesn't seem to like Parsons as it is. There's a letter here.
An invitation to the Gascon Grand Dame's Ball. It seems it was held 2 nights ago at the Gascon Supper Club.
Oh, objective added. Can
An
we...
invitation to the
No, we can't. Okay, so what got added there? Investigate the Gascon Supper Club. Oh, it said Sucker Club there. Supper Club. Okay, so, interesting.
You have to hand it to her. Miss Lathan certainly had a unique taste in fashion. I bet you could see her coming a mile away.
It's a bit rude, Bill. A little bit rude, man. That's
Definitely too young to be Miss Lathan.
her.
Perhaps a relative?
Oh, maybe a daughter or a sister?
No title. I doubt it's a diary. People rarely leave those things laying out in the open.
Yes, this guy doesn't care that we're looking around, which is nice. Let's have a look at the bookcase. Maybe we can get answers from him as
Judging
well.
by these books, Miss Lathan was quite the fan of poetry. Let's just hope her taste was better than Madame Dupre's.
Oh god, don't remind me about Madame Dupre. Hope she got her comeuppance after all of that. After we exposed who she
Begging your
was.
pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Right, can we now talk about these things? Let's try.
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I couldn't really say.
Come now, I'm trying to help this investigation. Any small detail would be useful.
Well, I haven't really looked over the crime scene too much. It's rather gruesome, you see.
Yeah.
Is the body still here?
Yes, what's left of it at any rate.
Oh god.
Miss Lathan was only identified by the tattoo on her foot.
I see.
Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be one that's going to be a little bit too graphic to have on YouTube. I don't know. We'll have to have a look.
Has there been much progress here?
Snelling and Parsons examined the scene, that's all I know.
Do you think I might have a look, now that the initial investigation's been conducted?
I'm afraid that's out of the question, sir. I have my orders.
Okay. Rules were made to be broken. There may be something that was overlooked. I promise I won't take long at all. I don't think we're going to go for that top one. There may be something that was overlooked, possibly, but that sort of undermines the police. I promise I won't take... Yeah, let's just
Officer
go for this
Kane,
one.
I'm trying to aid this investigation. There may have been something overlooked by the others.
Come on.
If Parsons were to catch you, my career would be over.
He's gone.
Trust me, he won't be back for some time. I swear on my honor as a former member of the New Britannia Police.
Come on.
All right.
Yes.
I suppose you can go in for a moment.
Yes.
But please be quick about it.
We will, we will.
Thank you, Officer Kane. I promise this will stay between us.
I just love rookie officers. They're so gullible. I once got one to shine my shoes for a week after convincing him it was department policy. Good times.
That's mean, Bill. Right, let's ask about Parsons.
Do you enjoy working with Officer Parsons?
This is going to be a no.
If I'm being honest, he can be a bit much sometimes.
Trust me, you're not the only one who feels that way. I didn't have much interaction with him when I was a detective. The few times I did weren't very pleasant.
I could tell he doesn't seem to care much for you.
You could say that.
Although I don't think he cares much for anyone except the chief. And that's only because he's the one who gives out the promotions.
Yeah. Yes, that's about right.
What was Chief Snelling doing here?
He was inspecting the crime scene.
Yes, but why was he involved? Is there something special about it that would require the chief of police to look into it?
Well, someone thought it might be related to the big case we're not supposed to talk about.
Ah.
You mean the mass murderer?
Yes, sir. I could see why the chief is upset that the news has gotten out.
And is it related?
No, I don't believe so. But the news reports are beginning the public on edge.
Of course. The less information there is, the easier it is for rumors to start spreading.
True.
Exactly. Chief Snelling has a lot of fires to put out.
If that's the case, it's too bad he didn't get to Miss Lathan in time.
Oh, God,
Thanks
Bill.
for your time, officer.
Not a problem.
That's not a funny joke, dude. Alright, we're going in. Alright, we'll see how gruesome this is. Oh my god, that is...
That's certainly a pungent aroma. I can see why the officer stuck to the living room.
Surprisingly modest quarters for a grande dame. You'd never guess she could buy out the likes of you and me 1,000 times over.
That's got to be her there, right? Okay, so let's see if there's anything we can... Right, fireplace. Burned clues, maybe.
Doesn't look as though this fireplace has been used in a long time. I suppose we can rule it out as the source.
I mean, it's pixel art, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too graphic, but you never really
As much
know.
as I like this painting, this isn't the time for art appreciation.
It's always time for art appreciation, Bill. You should know this.
It looks as though Miss Lathan was in the middle of writing something.
It's an article for Brentwell magazine.
Okay, igniting the fires
Igniting
within.
the fires within. A bit on the nose, wouldn't you say?
I was just about to say
Classic
something like that.
Brentwell. They have a reputation for making their writers go to extremes for their articles, all for the sake of entertainment.
Perhaps we should pay their offices a visit, see exactly what it was Miss Lathan was doing for them.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's read it. We are all familiar with the idea of an inner fire, a term usually applied to our sense of passion or determination. But what if that inner fire was of a more physical nature? That is to say, if each of us had the capability to light a real fire within our bodies. God, that's very closely linked to what's gone on here. That's rather suspicious. Anything in the bin?
Some crumpled up letters. They look to be of the romantic variety.
They're from
Ah.
the same person. One Peter Andrews.
Scorned lover,
It's always sad
perhaps?
to see a case of unrequited love. I'm thinking we should find out who this Peter Andrews is.
Yeah, he's
Good
straight
idea.
away.
Now, are you finally willing to admit that looking through rubbish does yield results sometimes?
Fine, you win. But I don't think I envy your prize.
Oh, okay. Let's read through these. Dearest Desiree, so this was July the 15th, 1844, September 27th, 1844. So this has gone on for a long time. That's 4 months. 2 months. 3 months. 2 months. God, my maths is not with it today. Dearest Desiree, I offer you my heart, though I am sadly unable to offer you my hand. Oh, that circumstances were different. Why must life and love both be so cruel? I must continue to love and admire you from afar. I can only hope these feelings are mutual. Love, Peter. So maybe not. My dearest Desiree, once again I must declare my love for you, though you have not yet responded to any of my letters. I maintain hope that you care for me as I do for you. So this is getting a bit stalkery because she's never replied and this has been going on for months. I remain ever faithful. Call upon me and I will rush to your side. We will embrace as Mr. and Mrs. Andrews at long last. Really? Very forward. Okay, so Andrews is straight away a big time suspect.
It's a nice portrait of Miss Lathan. Too bad it was damaged by the fire. The area where the artist's signature should be has been singed and is unreadable. Too bad.
But the date is still legible. It's from this year.
Ah. Maybe the artist is key here. Could the artist be Andrews? Maybe. Maybe he painted her and like fell in love with her or something. Possibly. There might be a reason that's been burned. Alright, let's look at this
Flames
stain.
must have been fairly high to be able to stain the ceiling
Yeah.
like that.
Definitely.
Looks like this one barely managed to survive. Pity. It looked like a nice work of art.
Okay. Burned remains and there's an ash pile. Jeez. Okay.
Ashes
Wow.
to ashes and all that. I'm glad I was buried. Cremation always seemed a bit too hot to handle.
Now's not the time
hand
for
is
jokes,
left.
Bill.
Are you serious? Death is the best time for jokes. Otherwise, it's all just a bunch of boo-hoo-hoo this and wow that. And trust me, there's plenty of that in life. Hell, you'd know better than anyone.
All right. Just shut it for a bit while I look over the crime scene, would you? I need to concentrate.
So yeah, it's pretty gruesome, but actually not as bad as I thought. Let's look at the skull.
Alas, poor Desiree, a woman of infinite riches, of tastes most fancy. Where's all your money now? Come to think of it, that question might be worth answering.
Bill, really, not the time. So it's interesting that the hand and the legs didn't get burnt. I wonder if there's some significance to that. Like ritualistic, maybe, or...
Ugh, greasy, fetid, stinking ashes. Who knew the human body was capable of producing such a disgusting byproduct? Ugh.
I'm surprised the coroner hasn't taken the body away yet.
Yeah.
Probably because there isn't much of a body left to take. Either that or Dr. Edwards knows better than to deal with something like this.
That's extremely unlike him. He'd jump at the chance to examine this body. Perhaps we should allow him the pleasure.
I hope you're not suggesting what I think you're suggesting.
What are we suggesting?
I don't think Desiree will be able to give us a hand with this investigation.
Bill?
What? I thought it was funny.
So the thing I'm noticing here, right, is this hand wasn't burned. There's no left hand. The left hand doesn't exist, and that obviously is the hand of sort of the hand you give in marriage, isn't it? The left hand. So could he potentially have taken the left hand if it was Edwards? He was talking about getting married in that second follow-up letter, so I wonder if there is something in this.
This
Look at
one's
the legs.
clean. Well, aside from the fact that the rest of the leg is burned off. There's a tattoo on her ankle. It says, "Dancing through life." Hate to break it to her, but that dance is over.
Bill, seriously.
Miles, do you really want to go carrying around those stinking ashes in your pocket? It'll take ages to get the smell out.
Good point. I'll need to find something to carry them in.
So we need something to carry the ashes in. Okay, is there anything else here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well let's have a look at the nightstand. There's also some ashes on the floor.
There's a letter in here.
Ah, another letter. So this is August 23rd, 1844.
This
So
just keeps getting more and more interesting.
in between the
The
two
law
other
firm
letters.
of Usher and Price isn't too far from here. I think it's definitely worth paying him a little visit.
Yeah, so it's in between the other two. So, dear Miss Lathan, this letter is to inform you that we've received your request to make changes to your beneficiary as indicated in your last will and testament. Strange. Please come to the law offices of Usher and Price at 72 something Street, Worcester, so that we may review the documents and make the necessary edits. Yours, Jonas Usher. So she wanted to change her will randomly. Let's look at the ash pile.
Odd. Another pile of ashes under the bed. Looks as though whatever she kept underneath got burned too. Or it could be that whatever was under the bed is what caught fire in the first place. Although, there's no evidence of what started it.
Huh.
All that's left is a small piece of cloth. Might as well take it.
Yeah, let's take that. Alright, so...
Cloth appears to have some oily residue on it. Interesting.
So the fire must have been started under the bed.
Just a pile of ashes. They can't tell us much more than we already know.
Okay, so... we need to find a suitable container to transport Miss Lathan's ashes. We need to speak to the attorney Jonas Usher, and we've got to visit the offices of Brentwell magazine and investigate the Gascoigne Supper Club. So there's a lot to do. We've got a burned cloth with oily residue on it, and no suspects as of yet. Although, in my opinion, this Peter guy is number one suspect. You know, he's talked here about marriage, bit stalkery. The left hand's missing. He's number one suspect for me. But I'll tell you what, guys, we're actually out of time, so we're going to leave it here and we'll carry on in the next one. Very interesting. I'm really enjoying this case. It's quite dark, isn't it, compared to the others, and I'm enjoying that. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle and Barry Aldridge for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.